Well, 118,000 people are on the national waiting list for transplants, and more than 5,000 of those are here in Florida. April is Donate Life Month. It directs the nation's attention to a critical shortage of organs that are needed. Joining me now is Pamela Rittenhouse. She is from Donate Life Florida. And we have Shirley Scott Brill, who is a double lung recipient. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
We look forward to talking about this all week, and we're kicking it off with you, my friend, because your story is just wonderful. First, talk to me about when you first found out that you were sick.
I first found out I was sick in 2005. I was still an active teacher here in Duval County, and I had a lot of difficulty moving about. It was very difficult to breathe. And when I finally took the time to go to the emergency room, after several diagnoses, I found I had idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. And the only solution to treating that was the transplant.
How long were you on the list?
I was on the list for maybe 5 months.
5 months. I mean, that's fairly quick, but I mean, it's something you couldn't live without. What was it like for you during that time? I know, one of the biggest things for people that are waiting, for a donor organ is just that wait, waiting for the perfect match and for something to come in.
Right. It was kind of fearful, but I think because of my faith, I always felt that I was going to be one of the survivors. I really did. It was very difficult to breathe. I was on 15 liters of oxygen just to move about, but my faith, my family, my church family, everybody surrounded me with love, and I always had that support.
And you were given that gift back with your voice these days, and we're going to be hearing from you in just a few moments. Pamela, I want to you hear so many stories like Shirley. She's one of the blessed ones.
Yes.
And one of the reasons you're here today is to reach out to people that are watching at home, because the gift of life is just something that, many people like Shirley can't live without.
No, absolutely not. And there is what we call a gift of life gap, because we've had 4 years in a row of record numbers of transplants. So last year in 2016, more than 33,000 performed, but with nearly 120,000 on the waiting list, obviously we have so far to go. And there are a few different reasons for that. By definition, numbers, so few people die in a way that will allow them to be an eligible organ donor. Only 3 out of every 1,000. A lot of lack of awareness of the critical need. And then one of the biggest things, Nikki, and we hope that the work you're doing will help us overcome some of that. I cannot tell you how many people there are out there who believe that if organ donor is on your driver's license...
I was wondering if you were going to say this.
Yes.
That they let you die.
That the rescue crews, the doctors and the nurses
ridiculous.
Will not try to save you because they just want to recover your organs. And it's not true. But that's why the work that people like Shirley do, their voices help to reassure people that is not true. And we have to overcome that if we're going to make a difference.
I'm really glad you brought it up, because it was going to be my next question to you. And it makes me cringe when I hear that. It truly does, because I've been an organ donor for as long as I can remember.
Me too.
And that's one of the when I was in line, a woman in front of me was being asked, and she literally looked at the person next to her and said, they let you die if that happens. And it's the furthest from the truth.
Yes.
Their job in the medical field is to save lives.
True.
Yours first.
Absolutely.
So where do you feel that the other hurdle is right now as far as getting people to check that box?
Well, overcoming those misconceptions, helping people understand how big the gap is. 22 people will die today because the organ they need does not get to them in time. And then combined with that, all the technological advances that are going on, there are a lot of them, and they will help. They're very, very exciting. Some of them the leaders have actually been here, Mayo Jackson, UF Health, with some new technology that will help make more lungs available for people. So all of those help. But when you read those clinical articles, they all end in the same sentence. Nothing takes the place of more people who say yes to giving the gift of life.
All right. Well, we hope that more people watching our show today say yes, because all through the week you're going to meet people of all ages and backgrounds that right now are in need of an organ donation. But later in this show, Shirley's going to be performing an inspiring song for us. We're so excited. And by the way, we have a special section on News4Jax.com right now under the Health tab that has all the information that you need, all the background that you can read yourself on organ donation. All right, Mel, back to you.
All right, very good. An important cause to bring awareness to.